I would refer to an old study, not very old, 2014, but it's still that hasn't changed since then, by McKinsey Global Institute. And there they've identified 4 levers that could address the global affordable housing strategy. And while they are looking at the global, I will try to specify a bit for developing countries. So of these 4 elements, we have land, development, operations and maintenance, and financing. And together, if they are able to address these, you're reducing and optimizing the cost to 52% of what would otherwise be the burden on people who are buying or renting. So in regards to the challenges in developing countries, access to land, they're basically advocating to unlocking the land supply, as mentioned earlier, by availing public land, taxation, etc. And access to land or unlocking land supply, they think that it could contribute about 23%. And there are several countries in Europe that have done that. I'm saying Europe because the role of government there has been shown to be very effective. And in the case of Latin America, again, there is a very big necessity to have the local government or central government play a positive role in access to affordable housing. So unlocking land, and I spoke a bit about that. That is one of the aspects. And in the development, which is basically the construction and infrastructure and so on, McKinsey is advising to go to advocating industrialized production to reduce the cost. However, in my opinion, for developing, this is in the global picture, in my opinion, in developing countries, unless you have really high-rise and very, technically complex construction techniques, it's always better to move to labor-intensive construction methods. It is more effective in developing countries, creates jobs and income for lower income groups, and reduces the dependency on mechanization. The only drawback, of course, it is time consuming a bit, but if you're going at scale, eventually you're going to catch up with the demand and achieve your goals. The third element is operations and maintenance. And basically, again, McKinsey is advocating for achieving scale and efficiency to reduce the cost. But again, in our opinion, in the lower income countries, it might be better to engage the residents through cooperatives or through community-based organizations to ensure that you're able to decrease the costs and develop an attitude of ownership, pride, and responsibility. And finally, and maybe more important than a lot of these elements, is financing. And financing here is, how do you reduce the cost of financing? Long-term, low-interest mortgage plans have vanished. They were there many years ago. The 20, 30, 40-year amortization periods have been reduced a lot, and in many countries not available anymore. This is a commitment that is very important for the support of the government, local and central. Basically, is to have financing schemes that are affordable and available to lower income groups through subsidies, taxation, financing the microfinances, and financing cooperatives and local groups, to allow them to access affordable funding and financing, and to open up the market for more people to enter into the housing accessibility element. Protection of borrowers, again, through mortgage insurance, and not to be to fix the mortgage, the interest rates. We are seeing how now the interest rates are increasing, but housing, being a right, should be protected from the whims and of the banks and the fluctuations of financing. There could also be devising savings schemes and many other strategies that we hope to explore together in the coming course. And basically, to summarize, you need the partnerships that I mentioned and the mixed development with economic, environmental, and social pillars included, as well as good governance, and also mixing the social groups within the urban development. I'm not calling it any more housing, because we really need to internalize that it is mixed use, and it is not only housing in one part of the city and the other uses in another part, but we need to integrate them and this is also in line with the new urban agenda that is advocating for these types of developments to be healthy, inclusive, and not to leave anyone behind.